I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good as well.
Alright,
Oh
we can
man,
just start.
yeah, we can just
How
start,
you
right?
been, man?
Yeah, I've been alright. Did you watch the UFC event last night, by the way?
Uh, no, I actually didn't.
You didn't
Yeah, I
actually
think you
watch
were
it.
telling me about it, but I was like, it's not that good, so
Dude, it
probably just
was
skip it.
I think watching it was actually worth it because it turned out to be better than most of the events. The fights
Oh,
just lived.
really?
There was no hype behind the fights, but it actually lived up to the. It actually delivered more than it was expected to be.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, there's a new talent. So, Valejos was actually fighting Josh Emmett last night, and he
Mm-hmm.
knocked out Josh Emmett in like an emphatic fashion. I think it was probably like first round or something. He was just bro. He didn't respect Josh Emmett at all. He just moved
Yeah.
forward throughout the whole time. And his boxing, people are comparing his boxing to Ilias boxing actually.
Oh, I saw that clip. Yeah, I saw that clip.
You actually saw the clip. You actually did see the
Yeah,
clip.
yeah.
I mean, he dropped him,
Oh,
knocked him
was
out.
that? Yeah, was that against Emmett?
Was that was against Emmett. I mean, you could have an argument that Emmett is 41 years old now. He's not in his prime anymore, and he's taken a lot of damage. Like how many people have knocked him out now? So he doesn't have the same chin. Like people used to say, Josh Emmett had like a really good chin, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's the case anymore just because he's taken a lot of damage. But Harris is really talented, man, and he hits really hard.
Yeah.
Good that we have another star at 145.
Yeah,
Another
he's
guy.
a prospect, right? And
He's
he's
a
young.
pro.
He looked young. He looked pretty young. I don't know how old
Yeah,
he
yeah. I
is.
think he's pretty young. He's from Argentina, and he's a fan favorite sort of fighter. Like in terms of the style, people actually love his fights. So I wouldn't. I think I would see Dana White actually giving him a title shot very soon if he gets like one or two
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah, he's more of a striker, right?
He's more of a striker, I believe. Yeah, he's more of a striker. I haven't seen his wrestling yet.
It's good.
Okay, so now discuss Hamza Shimaev. Bro, you know Shimaev is actually putting a bounty on his head. He's asking people to go as
I
hard as
saw that. Yep. Yep. It's
they
insane.
can against him. And if anybody can submit him, Hamza Shimaev will actually pay them like I don't know how much money he's putting on, like
He
$10,000
was
or
in
whatever.
thousands. Yeah. It was like 3,000 he's gonna pay if he can
Dude,
submit him.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like
Oh
this in
yeah.
my whole life with
No,
any
he's
fighter.
actually like pushing his opponents. Like, okay, I'm going for kill. He's in that
Yeah.
zone. You get
And
what I
it's
mean?
not even just the people in his camp; it's for everybody. Like there's people
Yeah.
from outside that's probably inviting as well to spar with him to emulate the style like Sean Strickland, and he's actually
Yeah.
paying them that money. And you don't know people who are coming from outside; they can come with a bad intention. Some people might actually come to just to hurt him, just to prove a
Just to
point.
injure him. Yeah.
Just because they're going against like a big dog, and this is a big risky move that he's taking. But at the same time, he's getting more popular. This is kind of badass, dude. I've never like you've
Yeah,
seen
that is
crazy fighters,
badass.
right? You've seen
Yeah.
Conor McGregor,
P.
Khabib, but
Yeah.
nobody actually does it.
People are just saying like he's putting a bounty on his head. He
He
himself is. It's
he's
crazy.
putting upon it, dude. He's going very hard as well, and he's asking people to actually go as hard as they can. Watch his videos
Yeah.
against like Khalid Roundtree and the other guys that he's actually dismantling completely. He's going full
Yeah.
speed now in the camp
Bro, yeah, I think he's the hardest. He works the hardest when it comes to training.
when it comes to
I
training. Yeah,
genuinely think
he
so.
trains very hard. That's one of the things,
Yeah.
and I think that's also one of the reasons that he gets
Yep.
injured sometimes.
Yep.
Probably because he doesn't care
That's
much
true.
about the
I don't
keeping
think it's
himself
more of
fit.
an injury problem. It's more of a sickness problem. No, he has like a weak immune or something.
Oh yeah, it's more of a sickness problem. Also, it's more of a problem of not getting the fight. Sometimes that's also the case. Like people actually think that he's sick all the time, but it's not. Sometimes UFC
Yeah.
doesn't give him the fight. Like there's also times when he
Yeah, that's
wouldn't be
true.
sick and he's willing to fight
Somebody
everybody.
said hi. I'll
Hey,
come.
Chris Smith, how's it going, bro? You're right. Or bro, or that might be a lady actually. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that might be one of the things. Yeah. So I mean, what do you see in the fight, by the way, bro? I'm watching like a few of the MMA YouTuber actually, and they're saying that Sean Strickland is actually favored to win the fight. They said the Hamza Chimaev striking is very shit, and he's not going to be able to cope with the striking of Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland has very underrated takedown defense, and he wouldn't get submitted by Hamza Chimaev. He would take Hamza Chimaev to the deep waters. So I don't even know.
Who said that?
I can see that's good, man. You watching the fight between? You gonna be watching the fight between Hamza Shemaev and Sean Strickland, by the way. Yeah, it's like a few MMA YouTubers, bro. It's like a few MMA YouTubers. They have
Oh
the same
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of take. I don't know where they're coming from, to be honest.
I don't know what they're thinking. I think they're just hyping up the fight. Like that's the most logical. I think that's the only reason why they're making that sort of
But they
opinion.
don't have a dog in the fight. It's not like they're doing any sort of propaganda for like UFC to sell the fight. I mean, these guys talk shit about fights all the time, so I don't know why they are not
Yeah,
picking. Like they still believe that Hamza Chimaev can win the fight and probably will win the fight. But they're saying that Sean Strickland might prove out to be tougher than we expect it to be, than other people are saying. And you know why they're saying that? They're saying Sean Strickland has
yeah,
been taken down a few times by a few fighters, but he's always popped right back up. Like Nazruddin Mawa took him down, but Sean Strickland popped right back up. And then Dricus
yeah.
Duplessis was able to take him down like a few times, but Sean Strickland popped right back up. So that's what they think, that he is very actually good at getting back up.
Yeah,
Dingy,
bro.
dingy.
People, you know what it is? People underestimate Hamza Chimaev quite a lot and his wrestling. He's
Yeah, yeah.
completely different than any other wrestler in that division. Like DDP cannot wrestle like Hamza Chimaev, or even
He
like
couldn't give
pretend
him.
to
He
wrestle
couldn't
like
give
him.
him even a hard time. That was not even close. Okay, Ryuko is saying 67, 67. And then and then we have Arnie Lukuski saying
What?
dingy dingy
What was that?
digaloo. I don't know. I
Dingy
don't
dingy.
dingy dingy digaloo. I don't know. Is that a saying, by the way? Let me just Google it, man. Because there could be like a hidden
Maybe.
meaning. Maybe there's something in life that
Maybe
we're
they
missing out here.
are these the same guys that were trolling us last time? They
These are new guys that are trolling us now.
committed trollers, maybe.
No, these are not the committed ones. These are the new ones, I think. All right, my internet's not working very well, so I'm gonna give it like a few minutes before it starts working. Anyway, so what else do we have? And by the way, did you see? I come from the
I come from the
army.
same hometown as DDP,
Hey, yo,
so
yo, yo, are you South
South
African?
Africa.
I never had a South African person actually joining my stream. This is the first time. We made it. We made it. By the
Yes,
way,
we
are you
made
still
it.
living
We
in?
made it,
Are
mom.
Exactly, we're worldwide. We're international. By the way, are you still living in South Africa, or are you living somewhere else? And how popular is DDP in South Africa? By the way, how big is he? You know, like Messi is so big in Argentina. Hamza Shemaev is big in Russia. So how big is DDP over there in South Africa? Okay,
He
Faik,
has
we
to
got
be,
South
right? He
African
was a
viewers. Oh,
champion.
yeah, yeah. Don't
He
talk
was
shit
a
about DDP
champion.
anymore. Now we gotta give respect to DDP now.
Okay, we'll be on good behavior.
Okay. Ryuk is I come from the place with windows. Come from the place.
What the
What
fuck?
place are we calling?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
do you not
correct.
think that we have windows? I'm pretty sure the whole world is there. Oh, the place with the windows. Is it like Microsoft Windows? Is that what he's referring to?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Very, very big in SA, South Africa.
Very, very big in.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, he has to be. I mean, DDP is like one of the best fighters, to be honest. Like, if you
Yeah,
look
and
at
he was a
fighters,
champion. He was
dude, how
actually
many champions
representing
have
his
we from
country.
Africa in UFC? There's not many. Like Francis Ngannou, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya. But Israel Adesanya was actually born in New Zealand, if I remember correctly. Like he's got ethnicities of Nigeria, but he is actually from New Zealand. But DDP is actually like a South African. Remember the press conferences between DDP and Adesanya? But Adesanya was like, "You're not even African." Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
had like a whole thing going on. But anyway, okay. Rauk is like, we have carrots as well. It's probably
We
the
have
homeland of
what?
carrots as well. It's a homeland of the windows. It's a homeland of the rabbits. Carrots,
Parrots.
carrots. Yeah,
Carrots.
I don't know.
So he's
He's
probably
throwing
living
hints.
somewhere close by a farm or something. I don't know.
I don't know. He's throwing hints right now. He's probably testing our knowledge.
Yeah,
Actually.
he's teasing us right now.
Okay, wait. Hometown of carrots. Hometown of carrots. I hope my internet actually start working. I think I'm gonna have to use my other phone to actually. Yeah. Good night. I gotta go to bed. Yo, Arnie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Have a good night.
Take care,
Take care of
bro.
yourself. Do you guys have any takes on Hamza Shemaev versus Sean Strickland? By the way, are you going to be watching the fight? And what do you think about Hamza Shemaev actually putting a bounty on his head? Do you think that's kind of badass?
He's like, we have sunlight.
Holy shit, dude! You're just living in
Oh my
just,
god. Yep.
just any town, just like a normal any common town. Carrots, sunlight. I'm pretty sure we have sunlight and carrots even in UK.
Sounds like paradise that he's living in.
Oh wow, could be paradise. Are you living on this earth? By the way, are you living on this planet? I'm just asking. Like you could be an alien. You could be somewhere else. Town. Um. Okay. Hometown of carrots. I think I'm going too deep in this.
Yeah, you're fully exploring the idea of
Carrots
it.
originated in Central Asia, so
He's
he's
like,
just
he
clues.
said, I forgot the name of the planet.
Oh, maybe it could be
God
one of the
damn
case.
it, why did you forget the name?
Yeah, damn. I think
Out
we're
of
actually.
everything, you forgot the name?
You forgot the
Seriously?
name of the planet. You remember the carrots. You remember the sunlight, but you can't remember the name. You can't remember the name of the planet. Holy shit! I think he was too little when his parents actually sent him to this planet. You know, remember like this story of Superman when he had to save the planet.
Yeah,
His parents actually sent
I
him in a
think
spaceship.
he's like one of those, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and the last thing he probably remembers is that his parents are holding a carrot, and there's like a sunlight before they put him in a
Yeah.
spaceship, and they sent him here to save this planet, but he doesn't remember. Anyway, carrots originated in Central Asia, appearing in the region of modern Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan around the 10th century. He could also be.
Oh, so he's from one of those countries.
It could
So
be
he's
one of those
probably like
countries.
our neighbor. He's probably he's like our neighbor.
But his name is not that. His name is different.
No, no, he's saying I'm saying he's probably one of our neighbor.
He's probably one of our neighbors, but I'm looking at the name. If that's his actual name, Raik Soko, then it could be from
What is
somewhere.
this?
Yo, Aishi, what is this question? Which one? Are you looking at the title and be like Hamza Shemai putting a bounty on his head, or are you referring to the conversation that we're having about like the carrots?
I think he's referring to our conversation. Yeah.
If you're referring to our conversation, we're confused ourselves. I mean, this guy Ryuko, he's claiming to be from a planet that has carrots. The planet has sunshine. The planet has windows, but he doesn't remember the name of the planet. So we're trying to figure out. Yeah, we don't know where this guy is from. Like we're just trying our very best to be able
Just
to
help
figure
us
out.
out, please.
Yeah, if you got any clues about this, if you have any knowledge. All right, bike. Oh man. Did you see Armin Saryukin actually booked for the fight again?
Yeah, yeah, that was huge, bro. Even a lot of other people on TikTok are talking about it as well. Like now they are starting to see, okay, this guy's legit, and he should be the most deserving when it comes to the title.
It should be the
But
most.
the only reason he's even active outside the UFC is because in the UFC he can't stay that active. They can't give him any opponents because people are not accepting his fights.
People are not accepting his
You know?
fights. That's a problem, right? The only fight he's asking for right now is the BMF title or actually the undisputed title. Why would he ask for any other fight? Why would he ask for somebody who's below 10?
Yeah, exactly. Why would he
Like,
ask
does it
for
make
any other fight? Yeah.
does it make sense for him to actually fight somebody like who's a new prospect and who probably has like 2 to 3 fights
Yeah.
in the UFC? If you lose to them, that's like a lost. And if you win against them, that's people are
Yeah.
still gonna say like you beat somebody under 10. So
But I
that's not
think they
good.
can give him Paddy the Baddy though.
I mean, Paddy the Baddy is the name, and I'm sure this is the fight that Arman would actually take because Arman hates Paddy, and Arman would love to
He
actually
does, yeah.
do it some damage to
Smash
like
him,
Paddy the
yeah.
Baddy. But what does he get out of Paddy the
He
Baddy?
would
Paddy the
love to
Baddy,
smash him.
dude. But Arman would love to smash him.
He's
But
not
Paddy
gonna
is not.
get much out of it, but he's gonna be like, okay, I can shut this guy up now.
I can shut this guy up. Yeah, yeah. That would be the thing that would actually make sense for him. But why not Charles Oliveira then?
Yeah, Charles Oliveira is a better option, 100%. But I think I'm saying as in like if they don't give him any of those fights, the only sensible fight for him would be Paddy the Baddy.
The only
Even though I don't
sensible.
think so it's sensible for him to get,
I don't think
but I
if you
think
look at the rankings, it doesn't make any sense because Arman is on a winning streak. Paddy actually just lost his last fight, so it doesn't even make any sense from that
yeah,
perspective. I mean, otherwise, I could say maybe give him BSD, but BSD has a little bit less name value than Paddy the Baddy. It's probably a bit harder fight than Paddy the Baddy, and but according to the ranking, it actually makes sense. BSD versus Arman would
uh,
actually make sense, but because BSD is also on a winning streak, he's won his last 2 to 3 fights, and he's winning the fights by
yeah.
finishes. He's one of the best finisher, so you could give him that. But to me, man, it has to be for the title. And he's saying that he's talking directly to Hunter, right? He's not having conversation with Dana White anymore. And Hunter actually said that
Yeah.
they would give him a title shot after this, after Justin Gaethje actually gets a title shot.
Okay, then that's good then. So
Dude, did
until
you?
then, I think he can just stay active doing hype events and doing rough. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think because
bro.
it's best for him to not risk anything like that again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is kind of true. By the way, have you been looking at the news of like Benjamin Netanyahu? where people actually saying that he that
Bro, he might be dead actually. He might be
dude,
actually dead.
now I'm actually more convinced that ever that he's actually dead. I mean, the new videos that I'm watching, he actually uploaded recently a new video just to prove to the fans that he's not actually dead, where he's ordering a coffee.
Yeah,
And if I looked at the video, and my first thinking, even before reading the comment section, was that that is not an actual video. That is not a real video. And the reason I thought that, he was moving at a different speed than everybody else. If you like really closely pay attention to it, and
yeah,
why do you have to upload a video just to prove a point to the fans?
yeah. Why
It's
do
kind of
you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah, it's
that
just
is
kind
kind
of
of sus.
weird, man. It is kind of sus, right? It is kind of sus.
Yeah,
And now I feel like he's actually dead. There's like a whole story. Somebody just uploaded a video where they actually did like a bit of investigation into this as well. The flight
yeah,
number that he was on, they actually asked ChatGPT about that flight number, like what happened to the flight
yep,
on 2nd March. So apparently that flight actually flew from Israel, and then
yeah.
right after the Palestine, a little bit, in or like over the sea, when they were above the sea, the plane actually started revolving at the same place for like 4 hours. And what would
Wow.
be the reason of that? Maybe they were trying to stabilize him, because if the flight is going straight, maybe it's not best for the guy. They were trying to stabilize
Yeah,
him because he was in a coma apparently. And then after that, they started going to the European countries. So they went to like Spain first, and then Italy, and every single European country had just said no to him, because they also have
yep,
like the arrest warrant for him. If he actually steps in those countries, they would arrest him straight after, and they actually stayed on the point. They stayed in business, and then they went to Germany, which is like the last option. Germany kind of doesn't have a choice, because they're the
yeah,
ones who actually killed a lot of Jews, so they have a little bit of sympathy for them. So they took
yeah.
him, and this was the same. And by the way, that plane is the same plane that Benjamin Netanyahu actually travels in. It was the Zion Wing plane.
Uh,
Yeah, they've got pictures of the
okay.
Zion Wing plane. They got the Zion Wing flight number and all of this. So that plane landed. So we are sure that that plane actually landed in Germany. We're
So
100%
I
sure
think the
about it.
theory is correct. He was in coma, because even I've heard that. So he was definitely in coma. It's just the fact that people can't confirm right now that if he's dead or alive. But from
People
the
can confirm right now
videos,
that
people are speculating that he is dead. Even I
yeah,
think he might be dead.
he might be dead, bro, because I've seen like them actually interrupting some of the meetings and actually asking a member to actually come out and then have a conversation with them. And then when that member actually goes back to the meeting, it's like he's fully startled. He can't talk. He's stuttering. Something is wrong. So anyway, 2nd of March, he actually goes to Germany, and then in Germany he actually dies. That's what they believe. Oh, they believe
Yeah.
that he didn't die on 2nd of March. He actually died on 11th of March. This is the belief. And then they're saying that they would
Okay.
actually release that news in 1 or 2 days, but they haven't released it yet. It seems like they could potentially hide it as well if they keep on making the AI video, because they don't want to come out as weak. But anyway,
Yep.
it seems like that's the real story. I mean, let me just play this one.
What's your thoughts about if he is dead? What's your thoughts?
What are my thoughts about this if he's dead?
Yeah.
Dohab is saying Assalamu alaikum, I live in Chechnya. That's nice, bro. Oh, Hamza Chimaev is from Chechnya. How big is Chimaev in Chechnya, by the way? Chimaev's got to be massive in Chechnya. He's one of the most popular guys. If
And
he's
we're
dead, my thoughts are,
actually rooting.
oh yeah, we're actually rooting for
We're
him. We're a
rooting
big
for.
fan. Yeah, yeah. You were asking me about my thoughts, right? I mean, I don't feel
Yeah.
happy when somebody dies, but this is one of the guys where I think I would just feel okay, because the amount of damage that he has done actually with
He
the,
started
especially
so many wars.
he started
He
so many
bombed
wars,
so many countries.
and he
So
killed a lot of
yeah,
civilians as well.
me personally, yeah,
Yeah,
me
when you kill
personally, I'm just
civilians,
happy, bro.
I'm kind of the
I'm
same,
happy.
because
We
maybe
don't need that kind of
you
guy
can
in
actually
this world, bro.
reduce a lot of damage. I am sure that with his death, there will be less damage on this planet. It will be a better place, to
Oh,
be honest.
100%. Yeah. But he was specifically targeting babies, like school. Why attacking schools? You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, that is kind of true. Can't find my shoes. Can't find me shoes. Why can't you find your shoes? Shut it. Shut it. What? Shut what? Shut my mouth? No, I think she's talking about her mouth. I think she's talking about. It could be a man or a woman. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, specify a bit more. Shut what? Okay. Anyway, Yes. Do you know about this? By the way, I was gonna say something actually about the last point. Yeah, bro, they're very the IDF is very accurate when they actually are hitting the targets. They are very accurate. We know that. If they wanted to be, they have very high intelligence and their missile offense is very accurate. We've seen the attacks in Lebanon, and some of the people who've been to Lebanon, I'm talking about like a few YouTubers who've been there and now come back. They're saying in Lebanon when they were actually hitting the buildings, they were hitting it so accurately that if there was like a fourth floor or like a five-floor building, they knew which
Yeah.
floor the terrorists were actually hiding in, and they were hitting directly the same floor, and they were able to get those guys without actually causing a lot of damage to the building, right? That's what they were able to do over there. But why didn't they do that in Gaza, Palestine? Is because they have like something against the Palestinians. Is some sort of like they don't feel any sort of empathy, sympathy for the Palestinians. That's the only reason. With Lebanon, they don't have the same problem. I don't think they like hate the Lebanese to that extent. It's just because they want to get the land. I think it's a greater Israeli project that they want to expand, but they don't have anything
Mhm.
personal where they would actually want to kill the kids of the Lebanese. Or maybe there's more independent media in Lebanon as well, and maybe there's a danger that they would actually get caught with the independent media. With
Yeah.
Palestine, they could just shut it down because they had like the full control over Palestine. So maybe
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons. I can't really yeah comment too much on that.
Yeah, I think they do have very high, what do you call it, technology. So
Yeah,
whenever they
yes.
are attacking, they are very precise with it. So it just doesn't make sense for me. Like when they come and they're like, "Oh, we're not sure if we hit the school. We need to confirm it. We need to confirm it." That's with America and Israel.
Exactly. How much were these guys lying, bro? The lying was on a completely different level. Like with the Tomahawk missile, right? In the start, Donald
Yep.
Trump, anytime you ask him the question, he's like, he wasn't even sure about the school. Like, we're gonna do the investigation. We're not even sure. It wasn't us who attacked them. It was somebody else. It was Iran. Yeah, in the start, like, it was Iran who actually attacked them. And then they would ask Hexet, and
Yeah.
Hexet wouldn't actually comment on that because Hexet is apparently a bit smarter guy. I mean, Donald Trump knows about this as well. It's not like Donald Trump is just dumb. He knows about this. He's trying to just deflect the question. And then Hexet would have, but obviously Hexet has to be responsible for this one because he's the Secretary of Defense and now a Secretary of War actually. So he would say, "We're doing investigation into this. We're doing investigation into this, right?" If you didn't hit the school, you can just shut it down completely. You can tell them that we didn't hit it. But he was saying we're doing the investigation into this. And then when they did do an investigation, when that video actually came out of Tomahawk missile actually falling down. Now, how is Trump going to defend this one now? Because only America has Tomahawk missile. Trump is like, no, it's a very generic missile. There are countries that have the Tomahawk missile. We're not the only one. And then people started noticing and they started making the videos about it. They did a bit of research and they were like, no, you're the only country who actually possesses the atomic missile. You are the only one that make atomic missile. And the only countries that you've actually given it to is Australia and UK. Even Israel doesn't have the atomic missile, right? Only three countries in the world
Yep.
have it. And USA is the only producer of the only producer of the atomic missile, right? And then,
Yeah.
okay, Hexet and everybody else accepts it now. They were like, okay, it's a mistake by United States. And then they asked Donald Trump again about this. The reporter asked if there's like, we're done an investigation. Now CIA has done an investigation, and they found out that it's the
Yeah.
American missile that actually fell down. And at this point, Trump should have apologized, right? Like at the end, maybe just apologize
Yeah.
and
He
say like,
should have. Yeah.
we didn't mean to, dude. Just say like we accidentally dropped it, even though they accidentally not dropping anything, looking at the targets and doing it. But at least apologize, feel bad for it. It's like, we're still looking into it. I don't know about it. It's
Bro,
still,
it's simple. It's simple. Donald Trump is just a war criminal.
dude, he's just a war criminal, and he deflects every single
He's
question.
literally a war criminal. He would kill people and just not even feel any sympathy for him or
He
anything.
doesn't feel any sympathy. And by the way, they tried the same tactics of going into Iran war with Barack Obama, and they tried the same thing with Joe Biden as well. Now, do I think Joe Biden was actually a good president? I don't think. I think he was very late in his career. He probably his brain wasn't even working to the
Hmm.
full capabilities. Like, he was pretty old, but at least he was able to say no to Benjamin Netanyahu when it
Yeah.
comes to Iran war. He did say that. I mean, Barack Obama also
Bro,
did.
I definitely think that they are like, how do you say, Donald Trump with the Epstein files. Israel does have them, and that's the only why they were able to drag America into the war. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense, right?
Dude, it wouldn't make sense. I completely agree with this because we know that Mossad actually had cameras in Epstein's house. So Epstein had his own cameras, but then Mossad also had cameras installed in his house. So obviously they could
Yeah.
blackmail him. But at the same time, I also know that Donald Trump is a very easy guy to actually get bought because he's got a business. He's a businessman. He's looking at it from business point of view. Wherever he gets the money from, he actually
Yeah.
gets bought by those people. And Israel is not the only country to actually buy him. There are people that have actually bought him. Saudi Arabians have bought him. We know that he has
Mm-hmm.
done deals for Saudi Arabia that he should not have done. And I know Saudi Arabia is a
Yeah.
Muslim country, but I know even Saudi is kind of compromised. So they paid him. Which deal was it? Like they paid him like billions of dollars for
Mm-hmm.
something. So Donald Trump has taken aids from a lot of people. So he will do you favors if you actually pay him money. He's that sort of person.
Yeah.
Which is not the best for the world because he's the president of the USA and he's probably the most powerful person on this planet right now.
Yeah.
And
But
that
what's your thoughts on Jake Paul? Remember the conference that Trump was holding and Jake Paul? He
Oh, like
invited
Donald
Jake
Trump
Paul.
actually endorsing Jake Paul to be the president. Here's the thing, right? Jake Paul is a YouTuber who's actually made who's actually made it big now, like a former boxer. He's made his own fighting promotion. Who's actually doing very good. Politics is a very different balls game because you need to have knowledge of all the departments. You need to have relationship with people from like different departments and politicians. I mean, that's the only way you can actually run the country. Otherwise, you're going to be one of the puppets. But could he actually win? I mean, there is a possibility because he's a very popular guy, right? Even though I know people
Yeah.
hate him, but people are so fed up with the politicians because politicians lie a lot. That's why they look for
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's not a politician, who doesn't have a background, because at least they can tell you something true. And that is one of the reasons why Donald Trump actually became the president in 2016. When he actually came, everybody said that he had no chance because he had zero experience in politics. But then he was able to win
Mm-hmm.
it because, first of all, he had the ability to actually debate on the stage. And second of all, people were so fed up with the politicians, they wanted to see somebody new. And Trump was a guy that said he
Yeah.
was a straightforward guy. He was going to tell the truth. So if you look at it from that perspective, Jake Paul might be able to do decent in the election, I guess. Like he could do decent, but could he actually run the country? I don't think he's going to know about anything. He's literally wouldn't
Yeah, I
know
don't think
anything
so as well.
about
Yeah.
how to.
He's
So
gonna
he
be
would.
like Joe Biden holding a paper and reading out.
He would eventually have to be a puppet because if you don't know anything, it means
Yeah.
you're depending on people, and then when you're depending on people, those people can lead you to any direction. Then you just do what they
Exactly.
ask
Yep.
you to do. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's going to be the thing. Ahmed Hitcham is saying, hi, guys. Yo, bro, how's it going? You right? Did you watch the UFC event last night? And Sam next is saying Jokers. Oh, Sam, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, Sam, did you watch the match, by the way? Did you watch the match yesterday between Arsenal and Everton? I did watch it. I watched the whole game, actually. I think there should have been more goals, to be honest. They did score two goals, but I feel like there were opportunities that they were missing. There were open opportunities, literally open opportunities that they were missing. Sade Ali, um, Sade Ali saying them. What do you mean by them? Them. They, them? I know what he's saying, dude. Yeah, I mean, some people don't like us. Ahmed is saying, do you think someone who starts martial arts in the early 20s has a chance of becoming a professional fighter?
100%. Early
Yeah,
20s, yes.
early 20s, yes, but like professional fighter,
Or
dude,
mid
depends on
mid 20s, I think is difficult.
it's difficult, but it also depends on like what level you want to go to, right? Like if you just want to have like a few professional fights in the local promotions, you're always going to be able to have that. Like you're going to be able to have the fights in the Cage Warriors, you might have the fights in like the Five Star Championship, but if you want to go to UFC, dude, there are guys who started mid 20s and went to UFC, but then again, they had some sort of talent. Like you're looking at Francis Ngannou, he started at like age 26 and he was able to become the heavyweight champion of UFC. But that's different genetics, right? Normal people don't
Yeah.
actually possess anything like that. He had that one shot knockout power. It takes a long time to actually learn the technique, which is quite hard for the people. But then if you have some sort of like superior genetics, and sometimes, right? Like let's just say you're just so strong. You're just so strong in grappling. Let's say you might not even need the best technique. You might still be able to hold people down. Or let's say you have like a one punch KO power, which is like out of world KO power. Then you might actually be losing like most of the fight, but then you can crack them with one shot. Or you have like a cardio like Murad Dwalishvili, right? Then again, you might not need as much training as some of the other guys because you could just go for like 5 round. It will be that's some sort of crazy stuff. But most probably, I would say that it is difficult. It's because the new generation is actually starting MMA at a very early age. So like the gyms that we go
Yeah,
to, people are like, there's guys who are like, there's kids who are like 5 years old, 6 years old. Their parents have already put him to some sort of martial arts. Like kids are doing jujitsu, they'll do like wrestling or something like this. And by the time they're 12, 13, they're already very good. They just haven't developed the muscles and like the man strength. But by the time they go to 18, 19, they're already whooping everybody.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yo, fight any of the topics in MMA right now? I mean, there's a
Any other
lot.
topics?
Type. Does this guy live in his car? Oh, because I think
Yes,
Type saw you in your car last time as well. And the guy does this guy
I
live in his
do
car?
live in my car.
He actually does live in his cars. I mean, he's kind of
Yeah,
broke at
I
the
do.
moment,
I
so cars.
sleep in there. I have
He
my
even
clothes
has
in the back.
he even has a little toilet in the car as well, right?
Yeah,
Or do you open the window and then do it?
yeah, kind of. Whatever works.
Oh shit. Evolution, does it really happen that as we move up in the weight category, the technique decreases a little? That is 100% true. That is 100% true. I mean, look at the weight classes. I'd say flyweights are like the best ones, right? If you want to look at the technique, look at DJ, Demetrius Johnson. He could do everything. So if you're like a flyweight champion, bro, you're never going to be one dimensional. You're going to be one of the best guys. We had Pantoja. He could do everything. Like he could strike. His grappling was good. His jiu-jitsu was good. Um, you cannot be a one-trick pony and be a flyweight champion. Then you move up to bantamweight. Okay, these guys are very technical as well. Murad was actually very technical. He was improving striking, but also he had great cardio. Uh, those guys, when you compare them to heavyweights, look at heavyweights, man. Look at heavyweights. UFC heavyweights are so shit, to be honest. Some of the guys are good, like Tom Aspinall, right? But even we haven't seen his wrestling getting tested to that extent. His striking is really good, but is his striking as good as some of the guys like Ilya Taporia? Obviously not good, but he possesses that one punch KO power. So in like high level weight classes, the power actually matters a lot. Like look at Francis Ngannou. Do you think Francis Ngannou is like one of the best fighters? If you compare the technique of Francis Ngannou and like DJ Demetrius Johnson, that's not even close. But he could do it because he had freaky
He's
genetics.
just a freak genetic.
He
Yeah.
had a freak genetics, and you can put somebody to sleep if you're like a heavyweight. That's a different thing. My man, Juice Man is saying my man actually stays on the road. Yeah, my man is a badass. He's a road man. This is what you call a road man. Stays on the road. Ah. Yo, Fag, are you fasting as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fasting. Yeah,
You're actually
I'm
gonna
just
be doing
having
it on the way
cocoa.
back.
Yeah.
I missed it
Sorry.
today. I couldn't wait. I missed it today. I couldn't wake up in the morning.
Oh, that's fine. You know, you can even fast without even eating, but that just depends person to person. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
if
I've
you
done it
can,
like a few
then you
times.
can.
I've done it a few times. I did it the day before, but yesterday I just didn't. I didn't because it was just too late when I woke up. It was like 12. If I wake up around 7, then I'm like, okay, I can do it. But no.
Fair enough.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So you didn't watch the UFC fight night last night?
No, no, no. I didn't. I didn't
Yeah,
watch
but
it.
check out the fight between Villagers and Josh Emmett. I mean, this guy is a new Ilya Taporia. He's one of those guys, man. His boxing is so good. His
Wait,
his
what weight
boxing.
class is he at? Is it a featherweight?
Yeah, he's fighting at 145. I mean, people are already asking for him versus Ilya Taporia, but Taporia is 155, so he's gonna have to somebody. He's gonna have to fight somebody in featherweight and then move up to
And
lightweight when he can.
and he beat the Australian guy, right?
Oh no, he beat Josh. Is Josh Emmett Australian, by the way? I don't
I
really
have
know.
no.
Yeah, I don't know, but like Josh Emmett, everybody knows the bald-headed guy with a big head, the one that wasn't getting knocked out. But I mean, he does have a chin that is hard to crack. But I think over the period of time, he has taken a lot of damage, and that's why his chin is not exactly the same that it used to be. Ah,
Yeah.
what was I looking at, man?
You can ask them
Oh,
to.
yeah, dude, Dylan Dennis versus Armin Sarukian. Um,
Oh yeah, that's a
that's
good
a good
hyper
fight, right?
match. Good
That's a
grappling
good
match.
hyperlink. Ahmed Hajim is saying, I didn't see it. Did that Moroccan boy fighting?
Which
Dude,
Moroccan guy?
Moroccan, which one? Uh, isn't it the guy that is fighting Aljamain Sterling actually? Uh, um, Moroccan UFC fighter. I don't think there was any Moroccan fighters fighting last night. I don't feel like they were fighting last night. Ah,
I
Yusuf Zalal.
haven't.
Yeah, yeah, it's Yusuf Zalal that is going to be fighting. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Oh,
You could
Yusuf
number.
Zalal, yeah.
He's so good, bro. He's so good. That's why I'm picking him against Aljamain Sterling actually. And even people are surprised like Aljamain Sterling has got a name value. He was the bantamweight champion. The why am I picking Yusuf Zalal? It's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I just think he's better than him on the feet, and his wrestling is very strong. I don't think he's gonna get taken down by Aljamain Sterling. And even his jiu-jitsu is very good from the bottom. Like we've seen him getting submissions from the bottom. So I feel like even if Aljo does complete a takedown, Yusuf definitely would have at least defensive jiu-jitsu to actually protect himself.
Is he that guy that dropped Ilya Topuria?
Uh I don't think Yusuf Zalal actually dropped Ilya. Did he even fight Ilya Topuria? Bro, that was a different guy.
Did he not fight Ilya Topuria?
Um.
I thought he did.
Oh, Yusuf Zalal did actually fight Ilya Topuria
Yeah,
when
I think he
Morales was
was the one
fighting.
who dropped it.
Oh my God, I didn't watch the fight. So he actually
There's
um
a comment about it. Just read that out.
turned off the gigantic head filter.
Jagged. You had to.
Gigantic head filter. Is it
Cause
talking about the car? Talk off you back. I
I
don't
think
even
he's
know
talking
them.
about your head, bro. Your head
Is
is
he?
looking a bit big.
Oh my God! Is I don't even think he's talking about the head filter. I think he's talking about me just taking my head off. I think that's a joke anyway. Anyway. Okay, okay. Let me. Yusuf Zalal is the toughest opponent Topuria has faced. Dude,
Yeah,
I
yeah, he
can't remember the.
was. He was. He's
Oh,
right.
I think I'm forgetting it. I think I did watch the fight. I think I did watch the highlights of that.
Yeah, he.
I did.
That's the fight where Ilya got dropped.
Dude, yeah, yeah. I do remember the fight actually. I do remember the fight. Is that the guy who had kicked him
Yeah, yeah, had kicked
and
him
then?
and dropped him.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, Yusuf Zalal is the toughest opponent Topuria's fought. My man. Okay, dude. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Arman Sarikin versus Dylan Dennis, dude. Dude, this guy is taking fights every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. He's fighting on the 8th of April.
Yeah, he has a rough card, literally in 2 weeks, and then after
20th,
that,
20th of
another
March.
after 2 weeks again, he has a grappling match with Dylan Dennis. That's
Ye-
insane.
That's insane. I mean, this is the fight that people are actually saying that Arman might have messed up. Like people are saying low key Dylan Dennis would actually take Arman Sarikin because he's got weight advantage on him. He's like 170 pounder. Arman fights at 155, and then Dylan Dennis has got very good leg locks. And jiu-jitsu is kind of his thing. Like Arman didn't
Yep,
have a jiu-jitsu background, but Dylan Dennis actually has a jiu-jitsu background. Yes, that is happening on 8th of April, I think. In a BJJ match in hype, I think Armin's going to be defending his title. I don't know how they make sense because they don't have the same weight class. But I guess in hype it does make sense because he beat Mukayev and Mukayev was 3 weight classes down, right? So it does make sense, I
yeah.
guess, in that. But I do want to see.
Well, what's the fighter? He's saying will Amend really fight Dennis?
Oh, yeah, he's talking
Who the
about
fuck
Armin
is
and Dennis.
Amend?
Oh no, Armin. He's
Armor.
talking about Armin. He's talking about Armin. Yeah. So I mean,
Armor
I
would,
would
yeah.
be. Yeah, yeah.
Armor
What's
would
your
fight.
pick, by the way, Ahmed Hicham? What's your pick about Armin and Dylan Dennis? Because that's kind of a difficult one, even for myself to predict. Because I look at Armin, he's very active right now, right? He's taking challenges everywhere. He's wrestling is on point. He's fighting in RAF. He's taking UFC fights. He's fighting in grappling. But Dylan Dennis, on the other hand, he's pretty one dimensional. Like he's not taking MMA fights or wrestling fights at the moment. Although he is wrestling against Colby Covington, but that's going to be his first wrestling match. He's not as active as Arman, but he's got more of a background in BJJ. I mean, this guy won like 3 championships in Dubai. Let me actually pull up the
Yeah.
record, BJJ record of Dylan Dennis, and we'll find out how good he actually is. Um,
But I don't know, he might pull out Dylan Dennis. He's known for pulling out on his matches or fights.
dude, not out of this one because I think he would see himself actually winning this fight. And bro, there's a lot of money
Oh,
involved. Like
and it's a grappling match, isn't it? It's not like MMA
it's just a
match that
grappling
he
match.
would
He's
pull
not gonna get he's not getting beat out by Arman Sarikin. If it was an MMA fight, I
out.
would say he definitely pulls out, right? He doesn't have a chance to
Yeah.
beat Arman in an MMA match. That's not gonna
I think
happen.
Armor would take him down, but I think Dennis bottom game should be good.
Oh, his leg locks. I know his leg locks, bro. His leg locks are really good. Okay, his
Man.
BJJ. I'm just trying to find his BJJ career actually. Uh I don't think Arman will submit Dennis, but he will control him. I mean, that's the way for Arman to actually win the fight, I guess, to control him.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Dennis can get desperate and give him his neck, right? If he doesn't,
Yep.
if he's losing the fight. Dennis BJJ record. Okay, we're looking at his BJJ record. Dennis is a two-time ADCC veteran, having competed in the ADCC World Championships in 2015 and 17. So Dylan Dennis actually competed in the ADCC World Championships in
Wow.
2015 and 2017. He has a record of 1-3 in ADCC. Okay, his record is not very good in ADCC. Um, uh, he's a seven-time tournament winner, winning 11 of his fights by submission, with only a single loss coming by submission to himself. So he's only been submitted one time in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, his
But
ADCC record is actually not that good.
do you not see like Islam Makhachev, they invite ADCC athletes to train with,
Yeah,
and Islam was beating them as well, right? He was winning those exchanges as well.
he's
So do you
beaten a
not think
lot
it
of
will be
ADCC.
same case with
I
Arman
think
and
it'll be.
Dylan
I feel
Dennis?
like, yeah, yeah. I don't know who's better, by the way, in grappling, Arman or Islam at the moment. Maybe Islam a little bit overall. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, Arman can win. I guess Arman can win because just because you're actually taking part in the ADCC doesn't mean that you're winning ADCC. His ADCC record is
yeah.
1-3, so he has three losses in ADCC. He's got one win in ADCC. So his
Mm-hmm.
ADCC record is actually not that good. So I feel like Arman can win, man. I don't know about the size difference. I don't know how much that would actually play out.
Yeah.
Um, he's a former IBJJF Pan American Nogi champion. So he won the Pan American Nogi Championship and competed in prestigious events like ADCC, high level
Oh, that's
grappling
pretty
matches,
good.
Spring Open. He's a 2016 New York Spring Open champion. He's a IBJJF World Championship winner, but that was brown belt, and then pro winner brown belt. He's won more titles at brown belts. At black belts, he hasn't won that many.
There is a comment. I don't know why Russian or Caucasian grappling always defeats Jiu-Jitsu even though they don't train in BJJ. It's just wrestling, to be honest. I think it's just a wrestling top pressure, and
Yeah, yeah,
when she
yeah.
because those BJJ guys cannot figure out how to get out of how to get out of the top pressures, they open themselves up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a mixture of things as well. Like wrestling is definitely a big component. Like the guys coming from the Caucasus region, they always have wrestled at some point, right? Like it could be a
Yeah.
sambo guy, but they have done some sort of wrestling. They're training with the Olympic athletes all the time, bro. It could be like a sambo camp, but they're training with the Olympic athletes. So and
What does that mean?
cheetah chickso, cheetah chickso.
Cheetah chicks.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. As well.
Okay, I will check. And by the way, bro, because those guys also do sambo, and sambo does involve submission, so they know how to get the top control and actually control the guys. Because sambo is like body punching. You can
Yeah.
actually punch on the head. You can do the body punching, but then if you need to win the fight, you actually need to win the fight from the top, not from the bottom. So sambo does involve
Yeah.
getting the top control and actually controlling the guys. And also, I think most of the guys in Russia have also a judo background, which
Judo
is also
background as well. Yeah, they do.
very helpful because there are tricks that you can do pull out even on wrestlers. So even if somebody has like good wrestling, sometimes they don't know the judo tricks. Sometimes you can just get like the nice throws against them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
yeah, I
a
might cut now, to be honest. It's almost time to
okay,
open the fast.
okay. You can actually cut. I mean, I can stay for a while, but yeah. Have a good one, man. Take care of
Alright, see
yourself.
you guys as well. See ya.
See ya. Take care. Take care. Okay. By the way, cheetah chickso, bro. I don't even know what cheetah chickso is. I cannot find the. I mean, I'm putting cheetah. Cheetah is a city and administrative center of Zabaykalsky Karaya, Russia, located in eastern Siberia. Are you referring to that one in eastern Siberia, that town of eastern Siberia in Russia? I don't know. I might be missing something about this one. I mean, the only other cheetah I can see is like a cheetah, the animal cheetah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, man. Ahmad, if you the reason why those guys are so dominant, I believe, because they have more experience in grappling overall. Like BJJ guys, most of the BJJ guys haven't actually wrestled in the high school. They haven't done any sort of other arts like the sambo or let's say like judo. But like most of the Russian guys, even when they make it to the MMA, they have like 2 to 3 different arts experience. I mean, they're doing judo and sambo. Judo is very important in sambo. Actually, it's kind of like part of sambo because when they're doing sambo, right, they have like the gi on, And the way you're getting the takedowns is you grab the person with the gi and then you actually get a takedown. So you do need to have like a bit of judo background as well, because you do see a lot of throws in the sambo. I saw an old article where it was mentioned that Russian fighters in various sports also play other sports. For example, you might find a boxer who also does some wrestling and gymnastics. Yes, that is very common among that region. Here's the thing, right? Let's look at the examples first. Like Lomachenko, the guy from Ukraine, actually. I mean, Ukraine, but it's kind of Russia, right? Ukraine and Russia are very close to each other. So Ukraine, yeah, Wolfpack, right. Usyk does boxing, but also does wrestling. Usyk has done the same thing. Wrestling, boxing. You have Lomachenko. He was a wrestler before. You have some other guys, yeah. Beterbiev. I'm pretty sure Beterbiev has done some sort of wrestling. So if you're living in Russia, I mean, you're most probably doing all the arts, and one of the reasons is that Russia Russians have the fighting instincts, right? Some of the states of Russia, like Dagestan, you talk about Chechnya, and some of the other states, they always have to be in a situation of survival. The other Russian empire was trying to expand, and they were trying to take over that area, and then they have to be in constant battle. So the most important professions in those cities or in those states were actually like wrestling. Be a soldier. You're either in the army or you're doing combat sports, and it's very common in Russia, in most of the states of Russia. So those guys, even from the very young age, so they could be 5 years old, 6 years old, they get a lot of respect when they're doing indulging themselves in different martial arts. Ukraine and the Eastern Bloc have the same training methods. Yeah, dude, they do the same training methods. Even talk about countries like Poland. I mean, Poland has very good wrestling. We don't see a lot of Polish wrestlers in UFC, but I know Poland has decent wrestling. Maybe because they don't do judo on that level, or maybe they don't do sambo on that level, but they do have very good wrestling. Bulgaria has very good wrestling. I mean, I've got guys in my gym who are actually very good Bulgarian wrestlers. I know Bulgarian wrestlers who are actually dominating the whole planet right now. Uh, there's a guy from my gym that actually went to Poland. He wrestled. He knows there's very good wrestling in Poland. So Eastern European countries are very good at wrestling, especially when you talk about the grappling arts. They kind of are very good at that. Something could be attributed to the genetics because they've been doing that for a long, long time. And genes actually passed through the generations. And then the other thing is they just focus a lot on that. So if you're taking a sambo guy, if you're taking a Russian grappler, sambo plus judo plus wrestler, and you're putting them against a BJJ guy in MMA, most probably the sambo guy would have an advantage. If you put them against a BJJ guy in a BJJ match, then depends upon the level, right? If they can actually neutralize the grappling of the guy, they have like good takedown. Sorry, they have good let's say submission defense. They have good leg lock defense, especially because when you're actually getting the top control, there are parts of the body that you can actually control. Like you can get the chest to chest, and you can control the upper part of the body. But most of the Russian guys would have a problem with the leg locks, and that's why you will see sambo guys going against jiu-jitsu guys. But I'm talking like the high level jiu-jitsu guys who have good leg locks. Like let's say Mikey Musamachi, one of the best BJJ guys, 125, 135, whatever weight class he fights at. He's been able to submit a lot of Dagestani guys. The reason he's been able to submit is that he was able to get them in the leg locks. And the leg locks is like one of the things that you kind of have to tap. If you don't tap, he's going to break your leg. So it's a difficult one. Ukraine and Eastern Bloc have the same training methods. Yeah, rather common. So yeah, that's the only thing. I think the neutralizer to the Dagestani wrestling would be leg locks. As long as the Dagestani guys haven't trained long enough to actually develop the game of the leg locks, actually to be able to neutralize the game of the leg locks. I'm sure the Dagestani guys who are training like Khabib's camp, like Khabib, Islam, and all of those guys, they must have developed the leg lock defense because they've been training for a long, long time, and I think they have a lot of experience because of that. But for the guys who are new from the Dagestani region, they probably don't have the same leg lock defense. I believe that if it weren't for the Cold War atmosphere, we wouldn't have found legends better than Muhammad Ali because Soviet boxers were not allowed to participate in professional championships. I'm not really sure about it, man. It could be true, because if you're looking at the Russian boxers right now, like you got a Ukrainian boxer, Alexander Usyk, right? He's been able to dominate the competition. Like he went against Tyson Fury, beat him twice. Anthony Joshua beat him twice. This guy's on a roll right now, and he moved to heavyweight when he was like 34, 35 years old. So he was already kind of like at the end of his prime when he actually moved to heavyweight, and he did still pretty good. And as a cruiser as well. I mean, you look at the Russian boxer like Beterbiev, didn't get the name value because the English is not his first language, so he wasn't talking a lot, but he was dominating. You got Bivol actually, I think from that sort of area as well, from Russia as well. So I mean that is a good point actually. Like the Soviet boxers could have done very well if you didn't have the Cold War and those guys were actually allowed to compete. Maybe who knows? Who knows? They could have beaten American guys from that time. Like they could have beaten Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali, and those guys. Yeah, but boxing is like one of the oldest sports when it comes to the combat sports. Actually, I would say wrestling might be older than boxing because I know wrestling is has been here for like thousands of years. You guys talk about like Moses' time. Moses, in Moses' time, people were wrestling. You know, story of Samson, Samson from the Bible actually wrestling with God. Then you have, I think we go back even to Noah's time and we get like documents of like people actually wrestling. So wrestling has been a very popular sport for a long period of time. Also because you don't get a lot of damage. Plus, it's very good for the physique, strength, endurance. You also have wrestling documentation in the Greek culture. In Greeks loved wrestling. Greeks and Romans actually loved wrestling as well. Romans might have actually picked up wrestling from Greeks, but Greeks all the was the first philosopher. What was his name? Aristotle. I think Aristotle wrestled for a bit. Who was Aristotle's teacher, by the way? Um, Let me just pull up the name of Aristotle teachers. Teacher. Yeah, Plato. Plato was wrestling. Plato used to wrestle. I think Socrates was wrestling as well. Alexander the Great, Alexander the Great, he used to wrestle a lot. I mean, even if you look at the bodies of like those guys, the statues that they've created, man, those guys are. When you have a saying when you say he looks like a Greek god, like Anthony Joshua looks like a Greek god, because Greek people at that time were actually pretty ripped. They were juiced to the grills. Honestly, they were putting in a lot of work. Almost everybody in that time was actually wrestling, so that's one of the reasons, man. That's one of the reasons. Let me pull up the UFC cards, by the way. Let me pull up like the future UFC cards. And what do you have any picks about the UFC cards? Mm. Oh yeah, Murphy is fighting Evloev. You know, there was news. There was like a rumor that was circulating around that Evloev is actually out of his fight versus Lerone Murphy, and they're actually replacing him with Gene Silva. I was like, bro, that shouldn't be happening because Evloev, dude, he's been not been getting the title shot for a long period of time. He's been the rightful contender because he's on like an 8 fight winning streak. Unfortunate for him that he gets injured a lot. So I don't even blame UFC because every time they give him a title shot, it's something going on with him. It's some sort of injury. But I hope that he actually makes it to the fight. And Lerone Murphy is a very exciting fighter, so I hope we can get to see an exciting fight. What do you think about Arman Sarikan versus Charles Oliveira in a grappling match? Because I know Arman has been challenging Charles Oliveira for the BMF title. This is the fight that he actually wants. But he also challenged him for a grappling match after he won the Hype Championship. He called out two names, so Dylan Dennis and Charles Oliveira. He is getting Dylan Dennis right now. I'm not sure if Charles Oliveira is actually going to accept the fight. But if him versus Charles Oliveira in a grappling match, that would be more interesting because now Charles can actually play the jiu-jitsu game more effectively, his bottom game. And Charles actually also has decent wrestling, which is actually improved now a lot. His wrestling takedown offense is very good right now at the moment. It's very high level, especially he's built his strength now, so he's been able to like overpower some of the fighters. All right, guys, I might be actually coming off the stream right now. I might do one later on after I hit the gym, maybe around like I guess around like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. But yeah, we can link up. We can link up next time. It will be fun. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe. It'd be great. Thank you.